Wait. I need you to listen carefully. I'm right in the middle of a hush-hush secret mission.
I love Eminence in Shadow. I love Eminence in Shadow. Mucho. Daisuke Eminence in Shadow? Okay, so here's the thing, my friends. I love Eminence in Shadow, right? And I don't think I've hidden that at all. I think it's one of the best new anime in the last like half decade. For me, on a very personal level, it's Shield Hero, like the last decade, like last half decade. Mushoku Tensei, Shield Hero, Eminence in Shadow. Like I think these are some of the top like shows that I've really enjoyed. My dress up darling. Bookworm anime. All right, there's a bigger list. Okay, I can kind of go on for a little bit if I actually start to put my brain to use. But I love Eminence in Shadow. I explained last week though, I don't think anything's been lost necessarily, but I am not completely enjoying this John Smith arc. And this episode kind of solidified why I am not a big fan of it, okay? First and foremost, Delta came into this episode and she got assigned to go and go after John Smith, okay? And immediately my first thought was like, Delta has the sniffer. That means she can sniff out like anything that she's animalistic. She's gonna be able to smell that Sid is John Smith. Okay, so that happened. And she goes after him. They fight for a second. Then she's like, Master, and she becomes back to Delta. Again, Delta solidified herself as one of my favorites. She was able to smell that this is it. He couldn't hide it, okay? He could not hide it. She immediately caught on. And he was like, okay, I'm going to go assign you. Go take on this castle in this district. Go fight this guy. So he assigned her somewhere else. And she would caught on to him. And he didn't want his plans ruined, so blah, blah, blah. So that, no problem with any of that. I thought that was exactly what should happen. Delta should realize that he is John Smith. And even she was like, well, why are you doing this? And he's like, I have a grander, bigger plan. And I was like, I don't know how I really like that. But okay, I like the fact that she caught on that he, John Smith is Sid, okay? I was like, okay, that's good. Enjoyed it, fine. Again, really don't like his John Smith persona. It's not as good or funny or as entertaining as Mundane Man was. I really did enjoy the Mundane Man arc. I know it was stupid. I know it was silly, but like just all the different interactions he had with the people and the reasoning behind his Mundane Man persona, I could get behind. And then also Shadow Garden was part of making him Mundane Man. So like all the things that led up to that, it all made sense to me. Last week, I expressed my dislike for it because of its John Smith versus Shadow Garden. I'm going to take down Shadow Garden and this empire that they've built so that way I can be a part of building it up. It's just I just don't really like where it's going very much, and I don't really like the reasoning behind it. And unlike Mundane Man, which like I said, I got why he was that persona. I got him, like he was having fun as it. I got like all this stuff behind it I could get behind as far as reasoning and story and plot and everything. Like stupid, yes, but understanding. Here it's like he wants this other persona. He wants to flex these muscles, but he also wants to insert himself into this district. He wants to take down his people. And it's like I don't truly understand the why behind it. And I know a lot of you is like, well, he doesn't realize that he is Shadow. He doesn't realize. It's like, well, you can only be so smart and so stupid at the same time, right? Like there's a limit to the stupidity. And the reason that I say that is later on in the episode, Alpha comes to finally, fight John Smith. And again, I have that moment of like, there's no way Alpha doesn't realize that this is Shadow, that this is Sid. And she does. She ends up realizing too. And this is where it fell apart for me is she begins to like break down, dude. Like, and it's like, how do you not have any feels, right? Like, how do you not have any feels? she's pouring out her heart. She was like, you know, I just want to be useful to you. Basically, she's like, if you tell me to die, I'll die. And she was like, am I not useful to you? Like, she's breaking down in front of dude, and he was like, you'll see my plan later. It's like, I don't like it. I don't like it. And I know, again, a lot of you were in the comments last week of like, well, he doesn't know, you know, he doesn't know, you know, Johnny doesn't know. It's like, well, ask then. You know what I mean? Like, she was like, well, am I not useful to you? Like, ask. Like, if he could just be like, what do you mean? Just a simple question. What do you mean? And she could be like, I'm doing all of this, and like, why are you against me? Like, why are you hindering our success? Like, why are you hindering what I'm doing for you? Like, he could have opened up a conversation, but instead he fought against her and then pushed her away and like broke her heart essentially. And it's like, again, the thing I always say about anime is like, if the show gets you to feel a certain way, happy, angry, mad, sad, depressed, laughing, if it gets you to feel a certain emotion, it's doing a good job. So I still think in the core of it, the show's doing a good job. I'm just frustrated at what it's putting on screen. And I just don't like this arc very much. Again, I'm feeling those emotions. I'm feeling the anger and the and all those emotions. So it means I'm still, at the core of it, it's still doing what it's supposed to be doing, right? And I just, it's one of those things to where I'm just like, the John Smith stuff and him versus Shadow Garden, I don't really enjoy very much. Now, on the opposite side of this is the Kitsune lady. I keep forgetting what her name is, but the Kitsune lady, you know, I really did thoroughly enjoy finding out about how she got here. She was, you know, she was part of a big tribe, and she was like married off for tribal reasons. And we find out that the guy she was betrothed and had to marry was the crazy dude, you know, working for the cult of Diablos. And he wasn't always like that. And their tribe faced some tribulations, and he tried to get them to take part in the weird experiments. And he thought he killed her, but he didn't. And she got sold off to prostitution, and she built herself up not for personal reasons, for strictly for revenge, to get back to this dude for ruining her life. And I really, really like that. I like her motivations. I like the revenge arc. I like learning about the struggles that she went through. I like, you know, I like all of that. It's just the John's, like, our MC and the John Smith stuff is not what I'm not liking. Her part of the story and this other dude and the cult and that stuff, I love that stuff. I thought it was so good and so well done. That's why I started with the video of like, I love this show. I love this show. I hate this arc. I love this show. I love this show. I hate this arc. And that's kind of where I'm at. But parts of this arc, like her and the story and the district and the prostitution and the slave trading and all this, the nitty gritty stuff that's going on, I love all of that. So that's kind of where I'm at. Anyways, let me know your guys' thoughts. Some of you may drag me. Some of you may agree with me. Some of you might have a different view. Some of you might love this arc more than anything. Some of you might say that this was a really great read, but the adaptation is doing well by it. But yeah, we agree. You might completely disagree. Let me know all of that in the comments down below. And I'll see you guys next week for episode number 7. See you then, my friends. Also, Delta. Oh, chef's kiss. Peace out.